Hi, everyone. This is Becca. Welcome to the chat.
Hello, this is Judith Castillo. Welcome to our program, The Chat.
Hi there, it's Yasmin, and welcome to the chat tonight.
Hi there, my name's Tanya. Welcome to the chat.
Hi, everyone. My name is Genevieve Carlefave, and welcome to the chat.
And good evening. I'm Chiara Mussolino, and welcome to the chat. Tonight, I have the pleasure of announcing our next question. So during this pandemic, have you experienced loneliness, or have you ever experienced loneliness? But more importantly, how did you deal with it, and what did you do to pull yourself out of it?
Okay.
Good one, huh?
That is a very good one. For me, yeah, I kind of experienced a little bit of loneliness. I hardly get to see my parents because they're on the older adult parental stage. I'm the youngest of the entire family, and then I get lonely because I don't get to see my niece or my nephew or my sister too often, and then just work and home, and that is it for me. So it's just kind of a boring, dull life with all this loneliness happening here.
And what do you do when you feel like lonely and then you're done? You just want to, what's your solution?
I FaceTime my sister. That's the
human connection, right?
Yeah, I need the connection, or if the boyfriend is like not busy or whatever, I'll give him a call. But I mostly just run to my sister. She's like my best friend, so I can talk about anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. I would say my father, I haven't seen my father in 2 years almost. So, and our parents, for whoever live far, right? My parents are not getting younger. So every year is a gift, So I find it's getting a little bit too long without seeing my dad and just hang out with a glass of wine and just spending some good time. I gotta say, and what I do, of course, I call him. We try to hang out over the phone. We celebrated his 75th birthday over Zoom, and we do what we can in the pandemic. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you got to be creative. I think everybody's got to go and and go into the creative side of their brain and try to give some love and show up for people in different ways than we used to. But in the past, though, I got to say, when I was single for a long time before I met my husband, and for anyone that is single, sometimes there's some big lone moments sometimes, and you just want to have like someone that's there for you, that's just show up, that thinks about you. Yeah, I think someone that just thinks about you, just knowing that, it's actually feeling less alone. So that was a time in my life that I thought that I did feel a little bit more alone. And my solution was definitely my girlfriend and my tight friends, and keep myself busy, and a little bit of online dating.
For me, in this period of pandemic, at the beginning, I was feeling lonely, and I've been not traveling to Mexico for almost 2 years, and I really, really miss all my family. My mom is there, my brothers and sisters, and my family. What I do when I am feeling lonely, I turn off the music. I love it, and I start dancing because that is me. I love Enrique Iglesias on Latin music. And also, too, I've been so blessed during this time. I am part of the group that I formed, Canadian Women in Business, and I start networking, and we do walk and we do inspirational walks. So through that, I feel not any longer lonely. So that has been so good for me, and I am so grateful. So that is what I do. I walk, I listen music, I dance. That is me.
Judith, I'm a lot like you. I think the first time I experienced loneliness was my mom passing. That really, even though I still had my kids and my ex at the time, it wasn't the same because my mom was like my best friend. And then when I went through the divorce and the kids went with their dad for the weekend or something, that was really hard to deal with. So music, dancing, walking, and baking. Baking was my release. Don't know why, but I feel like I was being productive, and it was something that I could control. And so during COVID, it wasn't as bad for me because I had my kids at home and I kind of had my coping mechanisms already. And then I had my girlfriends and family that I could always reach out to, and it was never alone. And Zoom, like phone chats or whatever. I guess technology does have its benefits. And that was, I think, one of them. I don't know I think it would have been a lot different if we didn't have a way of connecting with our loved ones far away. So I don't know, that's kind of, we do what we have to in times of need.
Yeah.
I feel like during the pandemic for me, so my household's quite busy. I have 2 little boys, my husband's best friend, and 2 dogs in the house. So it's a really busy house. So the pandemic, I haven't felt lonely per se, if anything, overwhelmed by the number of people that are constantly in the house. I think in life, the times where I can think of where I felt lonely, it's not so much whether I'm actually alone, but like if I'm feeling overwhelmed by, life, a situation, work, then I tend to feel lonely, even if I'm, with a lot of people. And I find that, talking to somebody, whether that be my best friend or a professional, seems to be the best way to kind of help me get out of that and like not feel lonely, because there's someone to listen and someone to be there. So that when I feel that feeling and I realize that I'm overwhelmed, I usually try to reach out to a friend. And yes, Zoom has made a huge difference. And being able to connect with people. I have lots of friends in the States and around the world that I don't get to connect with other than through Zoom right now.
Into the
Well, that's
chat.
where we
You're
are. And for
connected
you,
to the
Tanya,
chat.
Well, you know what? I know that I don't have a lot of time, but let me
it's
say,
okay.
over the last 17 years, I've had tons of loneliness, and I'm surrounded by people most of the time. And so it's been a real soul search into that idea of how do I fill the void without filling it externally? And so really being present to myself, back in the day when I couldn't leave the house, I was agoraphobic. I literally could not leave my house for years. That was extremely lonely because I only had my children at home and I felt really disconnected from the outside world. What I've noticed over the last 17 years is building my capacity to being involved with people again. Community theater was a big outreach for me. Toastmasters was another community that I could go and plug into. So all of those things have built my desire and passion to be connected with people. The pandemic freaked me out. When they said they were closing everything down, I'm like, whoa, hang on. I'm social now. I can't be shut in. This isn't going to work for me. And so I was innovative this year in the way that I connect with people is at the Comedy Stand. I hang out at the Comedy Stand, and what I do notice is that people that are lonely come and talk to me because they desire to be connected with, because us human beings are wired for connection, and when we wire together, we fire together. So it's electric, it's amazing, and I'm really glad to have an outlet where I can physically see someone and authentically connect with them in person with a safe distance in between. So it's amazing.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Thank you so much, everyone. And for you that are listening to us, please follow us, send us some question you would like us to answer, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.